Shima Bhagavatam here?
Yes.
You have
Which canto?
Canto 1.
Or can you hear me? Or Oric. Oric. Hello?
You can message, can chat with him.
He's responding.
Oh, he's responding. Might just give it to me.
Sure.
See what page.
This right here. Hey, Hare Krishna. I can hear you on the phone. Yeah, I saw. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, no, I can hear you. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hold on, let me unmute you.
Okay, can you hear me? Of
No.
course, I don't. No, you cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear you, but I guess it doesn't matter as long as you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you, and I can give you feedback to WhatsApp if that's all right with you, or on the phone, either one.
Oh no, that's perfect. Just
Okay, we'll do. Got it. All right. Bye.
You ready? Was there somebody else coming from the Bhakti Viksha?
Ramya is coming, she's running a little late.
Okay.
She'll be here.
I'd rather wait for her.
You call her.
Let's see if she, because they want to be introduced to. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So that's good enough, right? Here everybody can hear. Anybody joined online yet, apart from Arik? Two. Who's the other person? Bhakti Priya. So she can hear me speak? Volume is very low. Can you up the volume on the laptop, or how does that work? Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Can Arik hear? How's Arik doing? Because it could be that different computers have different receptive volumes. Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So can Bhakti Priya hear? She can't. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is it better now? What does Bhakti Priya say? Can you ask her? Prabhuji, can you give me the kartals? Thank you.
He says it's good.
It's good now. Okay. So we'll get started. Some of the people we're waiting for already have been through this program, so they know what's happening. But I wanted you to hear what we're doing, just so that you have an idea. And that way, we can also answer a question that Neeraj Prabhu had, which is, on a high level, how do you explain this program to anybody so that they might be interested like that. All right, so we're going to start as usual. The first thing we do is we light a lamp, because that introduces Dharma through Yamaraj is the Lord of Dharma. So that's how we introduce Dharma. Om Kravyatam, Agnim Parinomidu, Yamaraju Gachatu, Vipravaha. So what we do is we start with a prayer. The prayer says that we are doing this program based on the words of Krishna himself, as it comes down in disciplic succession from him to whoever he spoke to, and then all the way to us here at this time. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and by the sweetest graces of my spiritual master, my darkened eyes were opened with the salve of love in the form of transcendental knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances, gratitude, and homage to him. So I'm going to first introduce this to those who are online. It'll give you an idea, and then I'll explain the full program to you after that. So, I took the pages out. All right. So first of all, we have what is called a smile script, which is like 2 pages that explains the whole program from one end to the other end, minute by minute. So the first 5 minutes, there's a welcome and orientation, and that is scripted also. So somebody wants to start a program, they just read the script like that. And then from 5 minutes to 20 minutes, there's an opening kirtan for 15 minutes, where we do kirtan, which most people know about. And then from 20 to 28 minutes, we give an introduction about smile. And then 28 to 40 minutes, we actually do a Bhagavatam reading and reflection from 28 to 40. And then 40 to 55, we speak about something called total health empowerment and macro wins. And then from 55 minutes to 1 hour and 5 minutes, something about how smile can grow, what can we do to make it grow. And then from 1 hour 5 minutes to 15 minutes, closing kirtan, and then 1 hour 15 to 20, some final words and call to action. And then 1 hour 20 minutes onwards, prasadam is served out. So that's all there, which will be given to anybody who's starting a program. We'll give that to them. But the first thing that we do is we welcome those who are online, because they feel like they're far away, and at some point in time, currently we have people from 3 countries outside of US on this. We have people from Australia, from India, and from England. But at times we will, in the future, we'll have people from many more countries around the world. So they wonder what's happening, and they're not in the room, so they feel a little left out. They wish they could be in the room with everybody like that. So I do a little bit of a welcome to them first, so that they feel included. And what I say is, Hare Krishna, dear friends, joining for us from around the world. Before we begin the main Smile program, I want to speak directly to you, our online family. You might be in a temple room, your living room, on your phone, in a quiet corner, or even listening with one ear while life happens around you. Wherever you are very much part of this circle. Smile stands for Sankirtan Mahayagya, Holy Name Lifestyle. It's not just one event happening. It's the beginning of a lifestyle movement built around small circles of 5 things. First is Sankirtan, which means chanting holy names together. Second is Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and reflecting on timeless wisdom. Third is Total Health Empowerment 10, which deals with all areas of life, so that we not only address people's spiritual needs, we take care of their material needs as well, we address that as well. The fourth is micro wins, small, sincere steps that we can take each week that can create a major big movement around. For each person, by the way, this is not for Smile. This is for each person. And then the fifth is simple prasadam and real connection. So in prasadam, so people talk to one another, they connect with one another. Even if you're alone physically where you are, I want you to know this. Right now, by tuning your heart and attention to this Sankirtan Yagya, you are inside the circle with us. Tonight, as you watch and listen, I'll invite you to do 3 simple things. One is chant with us. Even if you're muted, sing along softly or chant in your mind. Let your home or room become part of this Sankirtan space. 2, choose one micro-win. As we speak about Total Health, Empowerment 10 and lifestyle, ask yourself, what is one small, sincere step I can take this week? It might be one extra round, one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam a day, one honest conversation, one small act of service. Don't aim for huge, aim for sincere and doable. And then third is, imagine a circle where you are. As you see in-person circle here, imagine small smile circle in your own city. Even it's just you and one other person to begin with. This is another thing. Smile can start with just 2 people. We recommend 5 to 15 for particular reasons, but you can start with 2 and never have more than 20 people in one smile. In person. Online you can have as many people, but in person maximum 20, like that. If something stirs in your heart, we'll give you ways of exploring hosting and stewarding this in the future. So this is where we wanted to speak to the 2 of you. Our smile seal says, living the Sankirtan Mahayagya lifestyle, Sankirtan, micro wins, big mercy. This is my prayer for you tonight, that wherever you are in the world, you'll feel the holy name, the Bhagavatam, and the mercy of these micro wins reaching into your real life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your heart. And now we are going to bring you right into the main gathering, live from, now we're in Flower Mount, Texas. Please stay with us, chant with us, and let's see what the Lord wants to begin through smile in your part of the world. So that's how we introduce, and then we get started with Kirtan. But before we get started with Kirtan, in this case, I'd like to introduce this whole thing. What is it that we are doing in this program? So this program started from an instruction that was given by Srila Prabhupada that we should set up a university so that we can provide education for people cradle to grave, from the time they're born in the womb of the mother, education starts, and all the way till when they're heaving their last breath, we're still learning, right? Everyone is learning. So what is a powerful education system that we can set up so that every part of life can be taken care of in that education program? From that came the name Atamva. Because education, what it does is that it provides value to people. It gives value, it gives information. It helps them in such a way that they can live a nice lifestyle. In America at one time it was said that those who are educated tend to earn more than those who are not educated. It's now turning a little, it's changing, because developments have happened where it's been now obvious that the universities take too long to educate. And the 4 years that you spend with them is really not necessary. The 8 years that you spend, or the 12 years that you spend before that in primary school and high school is really not necessary. That much amount of time is not necessary for the amount of education that's being provided. It is inefficient. The current education system is inefficient. So the education system is going to change. And what people are going to find in education is that everything really depends on value. How much value can you give someone? The more value you can give, the more performance is created, the more happens. So from that came the word massive value. How do you give massive value to people, right? And so Atamva is like an acronym that says accelerating total health empowerment optimized because each person is different, so it has to be optimized to each person, which again education doesn't do, right? Brings into a class, all the class get the same education. There may be 40 different people there, but all the 40 different people get the same education, and it approximates to those 40. It's not individual to each of the 40, and therefore each of the 40 don't get maximum education. What they get is a lowest common denominator, which is a very inefficient way to do something, right? Imagine, you go to work and they tell you, we will pay you the average performance of everybody, the same amount to everybody. So if you're the CEO, you get the same pay as the person who is sweeping the floor, right? Because they're going to average it out and everybody's going to get the same pay. You can imagine how that won't work, right? But that's exactly what education does. That's exactly what education does. So it has to be optimized, which wasn't in the... And MV stands for massive value. So A stands for accelerating, T stands for total health empowerment, O stands for optimized, MV stands for massive value, and A stands for always. So accelerating, total health empowerment, optimized, massive value, always. That's Atamba. And it looks like at Om Va. You see what I'm saying? Va means to make happen. Om is everything. At is at Om is everything, right? Va. So it sounds like that, It's amazing. It just came on its own. We didn't design it that way. We figured it out. God. There is nobody more powerful than God to help you. So the first person you should connect with is God. If you connect with God, now whatever you do, it's going to get better. It's going to be a lot better than without God. I was just explaining to Judah Prabhu, he was driving us here, both of us. So I said to him that, imagine, you want to run a business. And at one time, not very long ago, who was the name that I took, the person, the businessman? It was Warren Buffett. At one time, not very long ago, Warren Buffett was considered like one of the top businessmen in the world. I mean, he really understood business. He's so very powerful that just a year ago, he had $300 billion cash sitting in his bank account. I mean, that's a powerful businessman, you have to agree, right? It's a lot of money for a businessman to have in cash, right? So imagine he becomes your business partner. Obviously, you're going to do well in business, right? If you know nothing about business and he becomes your business partner, naturally, you're already going to start doing well just because he's so smart at running business. Well, you can't compare Warren Buffett to God. God is not just good at business, he's good at everything. There's nothing he's not good at. And he's so good at it that, 300 billion would be considered like chump change in the Lord's pocket when he's moving around, some jingle happening because some coins are clashing. That's like chump change in his pocket, you see what I'm saying? So the first thing is really that one should actually attach to God. That's where smile came in. So smile is called Sankirtan Mahayagya Harinam lifestyle, right? So the idea is Sankirtan is the process in this age to actually achieve the highest purpose of human life, which is to come to know God, to love God, and to go back home to our original home, where our homes are far better than the best homes in this world, where everything is far better than what's happening in this world. This world is like a prison house. That's why it's called Durg. Durg means prison house. So of course, inside prison house, you're not going to enjoy as much, right? Outside prison, you're going to enjoy better, like that. And it's the Mahayagya, because every age there's some yagya. So this age yagya is Sankirtan. So Harinam lifestyle, because we chant the holy name of the Lord. It's the process of this age. And living that lifestyle will allow you to attach to God. And if you're attached to God, then everything starts. So that's where this program comes in. Smile. You get the idea? But it's done in the context of a Atamba. It's done in the context that you have to be successful all around your life, not just in your spiritual life. If you're good in your spiritual life, but you don't have enough money to pay your bills, you don't have enough money for your food, you can't take care of your family, your health, this, that, and the other, then you're going to have problems in your spiritual life. Right? Because you need to have a reasonably good material life so that you can maximize spiritual life. So that's where the material part of Atamba comes in, where we talk about your financial health, your physical health, your mental health, all those things you'll be seeing in some papers. Actually, what you might do at this time, Mother, is to give them the 2 pages that they need. The first and second page are the 2 pages. Like that one and that, yeah, those 2. He already has it, so are you going to give it to him anyway? Yeah. So you will see in those pages, the others have already seen it, the 2 of you have not seen it. But if you look at the second page, on the second page, you will see that it talks about key frameworks. And total health empowerment means a holistic model empowering mastery in the following 10 dimensions of your life: your financial life, your physical life, your mental life, your intellectual health, emotional health, social health, environmental health, locational, spiritual, and transcendental. You get the idea? So these 10 make up a complete lifestyle for a person. You can keep that page, by the way. It's yours to keep. You can keep it if you want, yeah. But you can take a photograph as well. It's no problem. I'm just saying that you can do it whenever you want to. But you get the idea now. So that's total health empowerment that we talk about. So all of these are very important in your life. We want to make sure that you're successful in all 10 areas. So SMILE does cover that as well. Which, if you notice, once you go through SMILE, you'll think that SMILE is no different from a Bhakti Vriksha. It's like a Bhakti Vriksha. We come in, we say something, we do kirtan, then we read from Bhagavatam, and then we speak about total health empowerment, and then we again do kirtan, and then we serve prasadam. Okay, it's very similar to Bhakti Vriksha. But in a Bhakti Vriksha, they do not talk about total health empowerment. They will not talk to you about how is it going financially in your life, physical, mental, how are you doing, is everything going well? We're not asking you to give us a report. We're not here to train you about that in SMILE. We do train all these things in Atamba. Atamba, we take people through 9 progressions of training. In those 9 progressions of training, all these things are trained so that everything is working well. Financial health is working. In financial health, we believe in the United States of America, if you earn anything less than $500,000 a year, you're really not doing very well. You see what I'm saying? That's our mark that we should try to reach. In Atamba itself, our mark is $1 million a year. We try to double it. Earn $1 million a year. Now you're talking about a good lifestyle. And now you have enough time to practice your Krishna consciousness properly, your God consciousness properly. You get the idea. So it's a very powerful program in that way, Atamba. You see what I'm saying? But that doesn't happen in SMILE. In SMILE, we're trying to connect you to God and saying, first connect to God. We'll talk about the other things after that. But first connect to God. If you don't connect to God, your purpose of life is lost. Because it's the only purpose of human life is to connect to God. No other life form can connect to God except humans and demigods. And the demigods do not connect to God because they're too much in enjoyment mood. They're having such a nice time, they're so much into enjoyment, they're not really interested in God. They believe in God, they believe Krishna, everything, but they don't spend their time in bhakti. Humans suffer. So because they suffer, they turn to God. And they become more interested in bhakti. And it is the platform from which you can go back to the spiritual world. Even demigods, for them to go back to the spiritual world, they first have to come to planet Earth. Because planet Earth is where Vrindavan is. Vrindavan is where you get your visa stamped to go to the spiritual world. So this is the staging planet. That's why Earth planet is the best amongst all planets. All demigods, do you know, worship Earth planet every day. We worship Jupiter, we worship Saturn and this, but they worship Earth. But they know Earth is the best. But we don't count Earth in the planetary systems because we're on Earth. So we don't need to count it. We're already here. Right? Like that. So take advantage of that. And then what is called the 5 strategies. It says A5 strategies. After the line you can say learn the 10 way. And then it says A5 strategies, right? So here's a small system for success. First, understand your agency. Agency means what are you capable of? What can you do right now that you're capable of? Right? Let's just say for the two of you, agency might be that you can cook nicely. Let's just say, okay? There are many things you can do nicely, obviously. I'm just taking an example. You can cook nicely. So the next thing you do is take some small action in cooking that you have not done in the past. An example might be, you never made Chinese food. So you look up the recipe for Chinese food and you make some Chinese food. What will happen? You will then taste Chinese food made by you, right? Okay? Now, you may or may not like it so much the first time you make it, but you'll feel good about it that you made Chinese food. That's called an achievement. You've made an achievement happen, right? Then that gives you authenticity. Now you know you can make Chinese food. And you're going to get better at it every time you make it, right? And then that'll make you happier with Chinese food. Now you can make better Chinese food. Your agency grows. Now you can cook better. Because before you couldn't cook, now you can cook Chinese. So obviously you become a better cook, right? So when you become a better cook, now if you take some action that you didn't do before, it will be a little bigger because you now become more confident, right? You see what I'm saying? So this A5 process is a circle where people start with agency, they take some action, they get some achievement that makes them feel more authentic, they're happier, affinity, that makes the agency grow, that makes the action bigger, that makes the achievement bigger. So the circle goes from a small circle and start building into a huge movement. One small circle can create a huge movement by yourself. Not with anybody else. Now if you add somebody in it, like say for example you started and then you add your friend into there and say to her, come let's cook together Chinese food. Now you're going to make even more Chinese food, right? So now the movement is going to become a bigger movement, right? Then one day the two of you might run a business of how to cook and be earning millions of dollars from that food business. You see how you created a movement by one small action? Do you get the idea? That we talk about in Smile. Please do things like that. You get the idea? That's a Smile program. Does that make sense, what we do in Smile now? And then people who come into Smile may join us in Atomva as well. In Atomva we take them through 9 progressions. First progression is free, the second one is also free except there's a small course that gets it. Whenever there's a course, you pay for the course. But the idea is in that course you learn how to teach that course to others so you make money out of it too. So you earn more than you paid. Just like those who go to university, right? Why do they go to university? They go say they go to university to learn to become a doctor. How much will it cost them at a university to learn to become a doctor? Let's just say anywhere between $500,000 to $800,000, right? Let's just say $500,000 to $800,000. But how much do they expect to earn back from that in their life? Millions, right? Over a period of 20, 30 years, they'll earn millions out of that. So they make sure that what they spent on their education is only a part of how much they're going to earn. So it's called an investment. It's not an expense. Same thing we do, except we have a figure of 5, which means whatever you spent, you should be able to make 5 times back pretty much very quickly. In the earlier stages, in months, later on in 3 or 6 months, and then in years, you should be able to earn that money back. You see what I'm saying? So it makes it very attractive for people to come into the program and go like that. Then in the 3rd level, then we start teaching them about some basics about how to run a venture, because you're running a venture, right? And then the 4th level and 5th level, we teach them Gyan and Vigyan. We teach them knowledge, which is comprehensive knowledge for your whole life. Everything in your life that you need to know, we teach it in the 4th level. And then the 5th level, you practice it. So you do it. So now you know how to do it. And then the 6th level, we help you set up your project, what you might want to do. Like I was talking to one of the devotees today who hasn't joined us today, but he was there last week. Today we shifted to Thursday. He can come on Wednesday, but he can't come on Thursdays. So he was saying to me, I would like to set up my own restaurant. So in the sixth progression, we teach them how to set up the restaurant, every part of that restaurant, every detail. Just like, for example, I'm a marriage counselor for 48 years now. So when people ask me, can you marry me? I ask them, well, I might want to first make sure that you know what a marriage is. So if you allow me, I'll do some premarital counseling first. So when they come for premarital counseling, I take them through 16 subjects. Everything they're going to experience in a marriage, I already take through in the premarital counseling subjects. So when they get married, they have no surprise. They know exactly what's going to happen in a marriage. Same thing in business. You should know everything about your business before you start the business, because you may not want to do that business after you found out everything about that business, right? You might feel, oh, it's a wrong business. I want to be in this business. It's too late. You already spent the money. You're wasting your money now, right? So like premarital counseling, in the sixth progression, we teach people how to set up their project. Then in the seventh level, we help them run the project. We give them 25 people. When they're designing the project, we give them 5 people to design the project. And then when they run the project, we give them another 25 people. They don't have to pay for those 25, by the way. We give them 25 people to help them run the project so it's successful. Then the eighth level, once they've successfully run one project, they can multiply that project 1,000 times around the world. So if you have one restaurant, you can run 1,000 restaurants around the world. At that time, we give them another 125 people to help them do that. So now they have the solid team to be able to do it. You see what I'm saying? Now you can see why they make a lot of money. If you run 1,000, restaurants around the world, obviously you're going to make a lot of money, right? So Atomva runs on the same principle. That's why at the eighth level, your minimum income should be $1 million a year. And then there's a ninth level. The ninth level is now you've made your money, retire from money, now just spend full time doing Krishna consciousness. Don't do anything else. Just be full-time devotee. That's the ninth level. Become like a guru and explain to others how to become a nice devotee. So that's the 9 progressions in Atomva. But that's done outside of SMILE. That's not done in the SMILE program. Okay? So does that explain everything?
Yes,
Prabhuji?
took some notes.
Yeah. So how do we explain, So basically how we explain to people what we're doing is that in people's lives, they are trying to create value, right? Whatever they're doing, they create. Like, for example, somebody goes to work, right? What are they doing? They're creating value for their boss. That's why the boss pays them. If the person gave no value to the business, the boss is not going to pay somebody for that, right? So how do you create massive value is what Atomva is about. Massive value. Because if you create massive value, then you get more people coming to you. They love you more. They want you more. The example of massive value is the mother. I normally give the example of the mother. When the mother gives birth to the baby, that baby is getting massive value from the mother, right? All the food, all the drink, all the love, everything comes from the mother, right? In fact, the baby's complete life is given by the mother. That's massive value. Now, does the baby leave the mother? Never. Baby never leaves the mother. Why? Baby can't live without the mother. Too much massive value coming from the mother. Can't live without the mother. Can the baby? No. So when you give massive value, people will attach to you and attract to you because they'll know that this person actually helps me in my life in a way that is having massive things happen in my life. Human life. Human life is meant for extraordinary living, not ordinary living. Ordinary living can be done by animals. Extraordinary is human. So how to live an extraordinary lifestyle is what Atomva is about. And SMILE is the program which attaches you to God. They might say, I'm already attached to God. Yes, you are, but we want you to help others attach to God. So when you run the SMILE program, you're helping others as well. Because when you help others, you become expert. The teacher is the best student. You get the idea? So if you don't help others, you're not going to do as well in your life. In anything you do in your life, if you train others, you will become the expert. There's a saying, the best doctor is one who trains other doctors. Now you can fill in the gap anywhere. The best, whatever you're talking about, is one who trains, same name there. The best devotee is one who trains other devotees. You get the idea? The best businessman is one who trains other business people. They can train others to do it. So if you can train somebody, obviously you're going to be good at it yourself, right? You get the idea, right? So that's how we explain Atamba, and we explain Smile on a very high level. You get the idea? And then they can join programs like this and see what we're doing, and then it says, oh, that makes sense, I can do this. Because we make it very easy, the steps are very simple. Every step is noted on paper, and you just follow the steps. And initially you come and join and see it for yourself. So when you run it, you might check into some other Smile program that ran before you to see what you may not have done properly, this, that, and the other, right? It's like anything, These days, if you want to learn how to do something, you go to YouTube and let YouTube play a video, right? And then you watch the video and you know how to do it. I have in our temple, we have a person who actually does our maintenance work, so Joel. So you tell Joel, my air conditioner is not working, can you fix it? Yes, I can fix it. He'll come and he'll look up the brand of the air conditioner and he'll see the model and he'll say, and then he'll look up the video and then he'll follow the video. And he fixes it. He's not an electrician. Yeah. I don't think he had education past grade 6 or something. Never went to any trade school, nothing, right? But the whole temples, everything in the temple that breaks down, he fixes it. Why? That's a simple process, right? Go to YouTube, look up what they do, follow the system, you got it, right? So the same thing with Smile. Just look up a Smile recording, like we have archived Smile on YouTube. Look up a YouTube Smile, and you'll see, oh, that's what they did. I can do that. I can follow the system. And you can run a Smile. When you run Smile, what happens? God becomes very happy with you. Why? Because you're helping others come closer to God. That pleases God the most. He says that in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 69. That one who teaches this science to others is most dear to me, and there never will be anybody more dear than he. See what I'm saying? So it's a simple process. Teach others how to love God. Harinam is about loving God. Harinam lifestyle is a loving God lifestyle. Does that make sense? Simple, right? I think we can't make it more simple than that. It's as simple as we can go. And keep it in the system like we do it. Don't try and change it this way, that way, because it's well thought out. It's a lot of work has gone behind it. You can ask Mother Tammy. We've been working on it for 1 year, right? We started
2 years.
2 years, yeah. 2 years is how she's been involved. You've been longer than that, yes. But for 1 year, a team has been working on it. Since January 14th of 2025, we started at our Avon, right? That was the first day at the Avon. And for a whole year, we sat down every day and designed this program. And did a lot of work behind it. So it's a well thought out program, Idea is we ask people to stay with the program, don't change it, because you will create a situation that's not the right situation. That's the idea. Does that make sense? You got it? So we'll start now with some kirtan, and then what we do is we read what is called the 7 flames. You can see on that page that I gave you, there's a place that says 7 flames. So those are the 7 benefits. Right on the top it should say 7 flames on one side of the page. It should say 7 flames of the holy name or something like that. Do you see that page? Yeah. That explains the 7 benefits of doing kirtan. And I'll speak about that too. And then we'll read from Srimad Bhagavatam. And we have the Srimad Bhagavatam here, right here. We'll read from it. And then we'll explain, the next side of the page talks about the benefits of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. You see? Like that. So we talk about that. And then we talk about total health empowerment. And then we'll do a little bit more kirtan. And then we'll serve up the nice prasadam that you've all brought here. Is that good? So we'll start with kirtan. We'll do a shorter kirtan today, because that way we can do the whole program. But we'll do kirtan for about 5 minutes. And then we'll do Bhagavatam, and then do a little bit of total health empowerment, and go back to kirtan again. Okay? Okay. So in this one, what I'd like you to do is, I'm going to call it call and response. So basically the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare means, oh energy of the Lord. Hare means energy of the Lord. Krishna means, oh all attractive Lord. Rama means the reservoir of all pleasure, the supreme enjoyer. Then we're saying, kindly engage me in your service. We ask the Lord to allow service. Service means to express love, is called service. So we're saying to the Lord, please allow me to love you. Because love of God is the greatest achievement that anybody can in their life. All right? So that's what it is. So I'm going to go word by word, then you can go word by word with me, although you know the whole mantra. But it's the best way to do it where every word is spoken like that and gives the greatest blessing that we're going to be talking about. Okay? All right? So we'll start. Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now I'm going to do the whole Maha Mantra at one time, okay? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wonderful. So now I'm going to have you all just read one of the 7 flames at a time. So we'll start from, let's start from you, Clive. So read the translation, the part that says the translation where it says, "Let there be all victory," that part.
So let there be all victory for the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna.
Which can then stop there. And then you can start the first one.
Cleanse the mirror of the heart and
And
stop the miseries of the blazing fire of material existence.
number 3, Judah. Prabhu.
The chanting is the waxing moon that spreads the white lotus of good fortune for all living entities.
Great.
It is the life and soul of all education.
The chanting of the holy name of Krishna expands the blissful ocean of transcendental life.
It gives a cooling effect to everyone and
The 7th one. Okay. We'll read the 7th one.
And enables one to taste full nectar at every step.
So this was written by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually Krishna himself. And so he actually, at some time, at one point, Krishna felt, I want to make sure that everybody is able to experience the highest bliss of love of God. Because the soul is made of 3 things: Sat, Chit and Ananda. It is made of an energy that is eternal energy. It is made of an energy that is full of knowledge. And thirdly, it is made of an energy that is full of bliss. So the ultimate purpose of life is to experience full bliss. That full bliss is experienced when you associate with Krishna. Because Krishna is the all blissful, the all attractive, like that. So Krishna wanted that to be had by everybody, so he decided to come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and give us the holy name, because when you chant the holy name, you experience Krishna directly. Because the holy name and Krishna are non-different. So when you chant the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then 7 flames are created. That's why it's called a yagya. Sankirtan yagya. Yagya means like fire sacrifice, right? Like that. And the first flame is called cleansing the mirror of the heart. Currently, right now, our heart is not totally clean. And because it's not totally clean, it cannot reflect Krishna. If we reflect Krishna in our heart, then you will feel full bliss. So for that, you need to cleanse the heart. So the holy name helps us cleanse the heart, the mirror of the heart. So now you can see, just like, say, for example, you want to dress yourself properly, and you look at the mirror, but the mirror is so dirty you can't even see yourself. It's covered full of mud, right? It's got mud all over it. So what do you have to do first? You have to clean the mirror. Now you can see yourself. So when we see ourselves, we see that we are all reflections of Krishna. So we're able to see Krishna when our heart mirror is cleansed like that. So that's the first flame that it gives. The second flame is that it stops the miseries of the blazing fire of material existence. In material life, there are a lot of miseries. Especially now, people are noticing, right? A lot of miseries happening in the world. Correct? So this is what will stop those miseries. In fact, the reason it isn't worse than it already is because the Hare Krishna mantra is being chanted. That's helping. The third is this chanting is the waxing moon that spreads the white lotus of good fortune for all living entities. Every living entity is looking for good fortune. This is the one that will spread the you might say the rays of this white lotus. The white lotus creates brightness. You see what I'm saying? Just like the sun creates brightness. So the waxing moon creates brightness, right? When the moon becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, it becomes brighter and brighter and brighter, right? So life becomes brighter and brighter and brighter like that when we chant the holy names of the Lord. Number 4, it is the life and soul of all education. Here you go. Education means giving maximum value. Krishna is the maximum value, is massive value, right? It's the maximum value. There is no greater value than Krishna. So if you give Krishna to someone, you've given them the maximum value, massive value multiplied thousands of times. You see what I'm saying? So it is the heart of all education, the life and soul of all education. And then number 5, the chanting of the holy name of Krishna expands the blissful ocean of transcendental life. Transcendental life means life that goes beyond material life into spiritual life. That's now transcending material life. So this gives you the bliss of transcendental life. It creates the blissful ocean of transcendental life. It expands it. Number 6, it gives a cooling effect for everyone, because everybody gets all very worked up and anxious. So we say just chill, right? We tell people chill. So it gives a cooling effect so people can calm down. Because otherwise we have so much anxiety, right? We worry about so many things. This goes wrong in our life, that went wrong in our life. This actually allows us to calm down and be able to do things with a calm mind. When you do things with a calm mind, you'll do a lot more than if you do it with a disturbed mind. Right? What do they do when people are so disturbed that they have mental illness? We put them in a mental hospital. Right? You don't tell them, now please go and, teach people the greatest education. Why? Because they're so disturbed. They're not going to be able to help anybody. They need help themselves. So we all need help, right? Because we feel disturbed in many ways. The chanting helps us calm down, and now we can do great things for others in their life and ourselves. And finally, it enables us to taste full nectar at every step, because we're all looking for happiness at every step in our life. This is what gives us full happiness. So that is why chanting is done. So you can see why now in Smile, God is so important. This is all so that God will now attach with you and will do great things in our life. So now we're going to go to read Srimad Bhagavatam. We're going to start reading Srimad Bhagavatam. We're going to go to the next part, Srimad Bhagavatam. And before we read the prayers to the Bhagavatam, every one of us is going to read from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And online, if you're online, this is in the introduction, page 11. It starts, paragraph, it's the first paragraph on that page. The page starts with a paragraph. That's not the paragraph. The next paragraph, which is a fresh paragraph, says, this incident shows clearly that the Lord was not a so-called timid Vaishnava. Because some story has gone before that where some very great Pandit challenged Lord Chaitanya to prove that the Pandit knew more than anybody else did. So he spoke for 7 days. He spoke about the glories of the Ganga. He wrote a poem that took 7 days to read in glorification of Mother Ganga. Can you imagine how great that is? You write a poem that takes 7 days to read? I mean, that's a huge poem, right? And totally glorified. The Lord heard that, and then the Lord told him all the mistakes he made in that poem. Page by page. He said, on this page, in this line, this word is not correct, because this is the word that you should have used. You used this word. Using this word means you created this effect. That's not the effect you were trying to create. He was astonished that Lord could remember 7 days of poetry in his head, just hearing it once. and then finding all the mistakes, line by line, quoting the line in which the mistake is made. So this showed that Lord Chaitanya was not a timid Vaishnava. People think Vaishnavas are not very smart people, Vaishnavas are those who can't do anything, you become a Vaishnava. You do bhakti. Because you can't do anything else, do bhakti. No, those who do bhakti actually are the smartest. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the thing starts. And so we're going to start reading. I'm going to have you start first. And I'm going to ask everybody to read for about a minute and then pass the book to the next person. And we'll tell you where the other person stopped, okay? Just 1 minute. This way I can time. Go ahead, start.
This incident shows clearly that the Lord was not a so-called timid Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is a fearless devotee of the Lord, and for the right cause he can take any step available for the purpose. Arjuna was also a Vaishnava devotee of Lord Krishna, and he fought valiantly for the satisfaction of the Lord. Similarly, Vajrangaji, or Hanuman, was also a devotee of Lord Ram, and he gave lessons to the non-devotee party of Ravana. The principles of Vaishnavism are to satisfy the Lord by all means. A Vaishnava is by nature a non-violent, peaceful, living being, and he has all the good qualities of God. But when the non-devotee blasphemes the Lord or his devotee, the Vaishnava never tolerates such impudency. After this incident, the Lord began to preach and propagate his Bhagavata Dharma or Sankirtan movement more vigorously, and whoever stood against this propagation of the Yuga Dharma or duty of the age was properly punished by various types of chastisement. 2 Brahmin gentlemen named Kapala and Gopala, who also happened to be material uncles of the Lord, were inflicted with leprosy by way of chastisement, and later, when they were repentant, they were accepted by the Lord. In the course of his preaching work, he used to send daily all his followers, including Srila Nityananda Prabhu and Thakura Haridas, 2 chief whips of his party, from door to door to preach the Srimad Bhagavatam.
We'll stop at the sentence there. Yeah. Pass to the next person. That's Clive. Thank you.
Telling myself I'm going to remember reading glasses.
And all of Now Edu was surcharged with his Sankirtana movement, and his headquarters were situated at the house of Shrivasa Thakura and Sri Advaita Prabhu, 2 of his chief householder disciples, and these 2 learned heads of the Brahmana community were the most ardent supporters of Lord Chaitanya's movement. Sri Advaita Prabhu was the chief cause for the advent of the Lord. When Advaita Prabhu saw that the total human society was full of materialistic activities and devoid of devotional service, which alone could save mankind from the threefold miseries of material existence, he, out of his causeless compassion for the age-worn human society, prayed fervently for the incarnation of the Lord and continually worshipped the Lord with the water of the Ganges and leaves of the holy Tulsi tree. I mean, the Ganga, the Ganges, of course, and the leaves of the here. Tulsi.
As far as preaching work in the Sankirtana movement was concerned, everyone was expected to do his daily share according to the order of the Lord. Once Nityananda Prabhu and Srila Haridasa Thakura were walking down a main road, and on the way they saw a roaring crowd assembled. Upon inquiring from passerbys, they understood that the 2 brothers named Jagai and Madai were creating a public disturbance in a drunken state. They also heard that these 2 brothers were born in a respectable Brahmana family, but because of low association, they had turned into debauchees of the worst type. They were not only drunkards, but also meat-eaters, woman hunters, dacoits, and sinners of all description. Srila Nityananda Prabhu heard all of these stories and decided that these 2 fallen souls must be the first to be delivered. If they were delivered from their sinful life, then the good name of Lord Chaitanya would be even still more glorified. Thinking in this way, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridasa pushed their way through the crowd and asked the two brothers to chant the holy name of Lord Hari. The drunken brothers became enraged upon this request and attacked Nityananda Prabhu with filthy language. Both brothers chased them a considerable distance. In the evening, the report of the preaching work was submitted to the Lord, and he was glad to learn that Nityananda and Haridasa had attempted to deliver such a stupid pair of fellows.
The next day, Nityananda Prabhu went to see the brothers, and as soon as he approached them, one of them threw a piece of earthen pot at him. This struck him on the forehead, and immediately blood began to flow. But Nityananda Prabhu was so kind that instead of protesting this heinous act, he said, "It does not matter that you have thrown this stone at me. I still request you to chant the holy name of Lord Hari." One of the brothers, Jagai, was astonished to see this behavior of Nityananda Prabhu, and he at once fell down at his feet and asked him to pardon his sinful brother. When Madai again attempted to hurt Nityananda Prabhu, Jagai stopped him and implored him to fall down at his feet. In the meantime, the news of Nityananda's injury reached the Lord, who at once hurried to the spot in a fury and angry mood. The Lord immediately invoked his Sudarshana Chakra, the Lord's ultimate weapon, shaped like a wheel, to kill the sinners. But Nityananda Prabhu reminded him of his mission. The mission of the Lord was to deliver the hopelessly fallen souls of Kali Yuga, and the brothers Jagai and Madai were typical examples of these fallen souls. 90% of the population of this age resembles these brothers, despite high birth and mundane respectability.
According to the verdict of the revealed scriptures, the total population of the world in this age will be the lowest, Sandra, quality, or even lower. It should be noted that Shri Shachi Mahaprabhu never acknowledged the stereotype caste system by birthright, whether he strictly followed the verdict of the Santras in the matter of one's or real identity. When the Lord was invoked by Sundaras, Chakra, and surely Nityananda Prabhu was imploring him to forgive the two brothers. But the brothers fell down at the lotus feet of the Lord and begged his pardon for their gross behavior. The Lord was also asked by Nityananda Prabhu to accept these repenting souls, and the Lord agreed to accept them on one condition, that they henceforth completely give up their sinful activities and habits of the country. Both of the brothers agreed and promised to give up their sinful habits, and the kind Lord accepted them and did not again refer to their past misdeeds.
Okay.
This is the specific kindness of Lord Chaitanya. In this age, no one can say that he is free from sin. It is impossible for anyone to say this. But Lord Chaitanya accepts all kinds of sinful persons on the one condition that they promise not to indulge in sinful habits after being spiritually initiated by the bona fide spiritual master. There are a number of instructive points to be observed in this incident of the two brothers. In this Kali Yuga, practically all people are of the quality of Jagai and Madai. If they want to be relieved from the reactions of their misdeeds, they must take shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after spiritual initiation, thus refrain from those things which are prohibited in the Shastras. The prohibitory rules are dealt with in the Lord's teachings to Srila Rupa Goswami. During his householder life, the Lord did not display many of the miracles which are generally expected from such personalities, but he did once perform a wonderful miracle in the house of Srinivasa Thakura while Sankirtana was in full swing.
Okay. Next person. Thank you.
He asked the devotees what they want to eat, and when he was informed that they want to eat mangoes, he asked for the seed of a mango, although this fruit was out of season. When the seed was brought to him, he sowed it in the yard of Srinivasa, and at once a creeper began to grow out of the seed. Within no time, this creeper became the full-grown mango-heavy tree, and with more ripened fruits than the devotees could eat. The tree remained in the Srinivasa's yard, and from then on, the devotees used to take as many mangoes from the tree as they wanted. The Lord had a very high estimation of the affections of the dasmals of Vrindavana from Krishna, and in appreciation of their unalloyed service to the Lord, once Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted the holy names of the gopis, cowherd girls, instead of the names of the Lord. At this time, some of his students, who were also disciples, came to see him, and they saw that the Lord was chanting the name of gopis, and they were astonished. Out of sheer foolishness, they asked the Lord why he was chanting the name of gopis, and advised him to chant the name of Krishna. The Lord who was in ecstasy, was thus disturbed by these foolish students. He chastised them and chased them away.
Okay, stop. What page is that?
Page 14.
Page 14. And is that first paragraph, second paragraph?
It's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 lines from below.
10 lines from the bottom.
From the bottom.
Okay, thank you. All right. So now we're going to read the prayers to the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, just the English translation. So can you start and then go the other way? So there are 5 of them there. Just read the top 5. The 5. The first one starts with, "O nectar from the ocean."
O nectar from the ocean of all scriptures, singular fruit of all Vedas, rich mine of precious gems, of all conclusive truths. You are the only giver of light to all the worlds.
O life heir of all the Supreme Lord's devotees, O Master Srimad Bhagavatam, you are the sun risen in the darkness of Kali. You are the exact image of Sri Krishna.
I bow down to you, who are supremely blissful to read. Your every syllable pours down a flood of prema. You can always be served by everyone. You are Shri Krishna himself.
My only friend, my constant companion, my spiritual master, my great wealth, my savior, my good fortune, my source of ecstasy, I bow down to you.
O bestower of saintliness to the unsaintly, O exalter of the most fallen, please never leave me. Always appear in my heart and my voice with pure love.
Thank you very much. So that was page 14.
Yes.
So, just 1 minute. Okay. So we can see that this prayer is written by Srila Sanatana Goswami. So who's Sanatana Goswami? Sanatana Goswami in the spiritual world is one of the manjaris. Manjaris are those who serve the gopis. And the gopis serve Radha and Krishna. So the gopis there are 108 principal gopis. And that is why in our chanting bead, we have 108 beads. Each bead represents one of those principal gopis. Because if we want to reach Radha and Krishna, who are the middle bead that has got the cloth on it, right? In Gujarati they say fumta. So that bead is surrounded by 108 beads. So the 108 beads are the principal gopis who can actually give us full love of Radha and Krishna. That is why we chant on 108 beads. And the 108 beads also represent the 108 Upanishads. 108 Upanishads represent all the knowledge of the world. Like Gita is called Gita Upanishad. The whole Bhagavad Gita is one Upanishad, like that. So there are there's one principal, there are 108 principal gopis. Out of them, 8 of them are considered the senior most. They're called the Astasakis. So these Astasakis, they are served by a group of manjaris who are called the Astamanjaris. And out of them, the top manjari is Rupa Manjari. And the next manjari is Sanatana Goswami. He also is a manjari there. Okay, so these 6 Goswamis, when Lord Chaitanya was on the planet, these 6 Goswamis were asked to scour all the scriptures in the world and create summaries of all scriptures in the world so that people will have all of the knowledge of the Vedas in one place. So they did that. And so they wrote a number of books. Those books become the most important books in creation. And all of those persons agreed that Bhagavatam is the chief of all the books. That's why we read from the Bhagavatam like that. So Sanatana Goswami wrote these 5 prayers to the Srimad Bhagavatam, which tells us the power of the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the first prayer he says, O nectar from the ocean of all scriptures. So all scriptures in this world, if you create an ocean of all those scriptures, the nectar that comes out of it, the sweetest part of it, the most relishable part of it is called the nectar. So this is the nectar. Srimad Bhagavatam is the nectar of all scriptures. Singular fruit of all the Vedas. The Vedas are very expansive, by the way. They're very, very big. Currently on this planet, only 6% of the Vedas is available. 94% were lost during the last inundation that happened. Even in Christianity, there's a story about the great flood like that. Noah's Ark, they talk about Noah's Ark. So similarly, all these stories come from actually the Vedas. All religions come from the Vedas, whatever religion you take in this planet. They all originally come from the Vedas. The Vedas are the oldest of all religious texts. And from that, other religious texts come and they start a movement, which is very nice. So, so the one fruit of all of these Vedas is the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then it says, rich mine of the precious gems of all conclusive truths. In this world, people are always looking for conclusive truths, right? They want to know, what is the conclusion? What is the ultimate truth? So Bhagavatam is the rich mine. It has 18,000 verses in it. Each of those verses gives some information to us that is so massive in value that if you read that, you become much smarter, like overnight. And then it says, you are the only giver of light to all the worlds, because this is the age of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means the dense, dark age, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Everything looks very dark. Things are very dark. Nobody likes to deal with the world, they have to. This is the one that gives light. So if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you can tackle this world in a way that it'll give you pleasure. You can turn your misery into pleasure. Just like they say, turning lemon into lemonade. You see what I'm saying? So this is the first thing. Then he says, O life heir of the Supreme Lord's devotees. The Supreme Lord's devotees are equal to the Lord in this way that they are also unparalleled. Krishna is said to have 4 qualities more than Narayan, who has 60. Krishna has 64. And one of those 4 qualities is that Krishna's devotees are unparalleled. Even Narayan cannot compare to Krishna's devotees. This life heir of the devotee is Srimad Bhagavatam. This is how you should read Srimad Bhagavatam every day. O Master Srimad Bhagavatam, you are the sun risen in the darkness of Kali. You are the exact image of Sri Krishna. So the Bhagavatam is actually, you held Krishna in your hands when you were speaking. Then it says, I bow down to you who are supremely blissful to read. You'll notice this. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, no matter what bad situation you're in, you'll start becoming happy again. Your every syllable pours down a flood of prema. Prema means love, ultimate love of God. So every syllable in the Bhagavatam pours down a flood of prema. How many syllables did we read right now? Thousands, right? Every sentence had so many syllables in it, right? Like say, take the first syllable or length sentence, O nectar from the ocean. O is 1 syllable. Nectar is 2 syllables. From is 1 syllable. The is 1 syllable. Ocean, 2 syllables. So if you read a sentence, how many syllables there, right? From the Srimad Bhagavatam, you read, any syllable will pour a flood of Krishna Prema. How beautiful is that, right? And then it says, you can always be served by everyone. This is Krishna. He wants all of his children to be happy. Everyone is a child of Krishna. Krishna says that, Aham Bij Pradapitaha. I am the seed-giving father of all living entities. So he wants to reach all of his children. It doesn't matter whether you're devotee or not devotee, whether you are a good person or a bad person, you're a sinner or you're a saint. From Krishna's point of view, he wants to read you to read Srimad Bhagavatam and make your life glorious, truly glorious. You are Sri Krishna himself. Then he says, my only friend. We all have friends, right? And we all like to have more than one friend. Correct? We like to have many friends. But he is the only friend, Srimad Bhagavatam. Why? Because the other friends cannot help you in some circumstances, right? For example, if you are dying or someone very dear to you is dying, your friend can't come and stop death, right? And say, stop, to Yamaraj, or Yamadutas who come, or the Vishnu Dutas who come, whoever comes. Right? But Krishna can. Krishna can stop death. Prabhupada was supposed to leave his body at a certain time. Krishna came and stopped it because he wanted Krishna wanted Prabhupada to do some things to help the people of this world. Krishna can stop death, nobody else can. Even after you die, Krishna can bring them back. For example, when he went to study at the Gurukul, his guru was Sandipani Muni. So Sandipani Muni's wife was a very unhappy person. Why? Because she had lost her children, right? 2 sons, right? And so when the time came for Krishna to say thank you to his guru, he said, what dakshina can I give you? What can I give you, O Guru, Gurudev? So Gurudev turns to his wife and says, what do you want? He says, I want my children back again. They've died. Krishna went to the ocean, brought them out again after death. What a friend, right? Can you find a friend like that in this world? No. This is a friend who can do anything for you, particularly as Jagannath. Jagannath is the only Krishna that goes through all of the 3 Leelas of Krishna, Vrindavan Leela, Mathura Leela, and Dwarka Leela. No other Krishna goes through all 3 Leelas. Only Jagannath does. And Jagannath is very easy to remember, right? Round face, 2 bright eyes, smile. That's it, you got it, Jagannath. Always pray to Jagannath. Talk to Jagannath. Ask him. He will come to you, talk to you, by the way. You will notice he will do things with you that are totally miraculous. Every one of us here who right now has become trained as a coach, like myself, Mother Tammy, Anand Prabhu, the 3 of us have already been trained. Right now Clive is going through training, but even he might be able to say that. But we all know that daily in our lives, Jagannath is doing things that are truly miraculous. Daily. And it's not because we deserve it. That's Jagannath. He doesn't look whether you deserve or don't deserve. He'll help. If you turn to him, he'll help. Even if you're the least deserving person, he'll help you. That's how merciful Jagannath is. And he even comes in an incomplete form, right? Doesn't have full hands, doesn't have full feet, no ears, no nose, right? At least we are complete. He is incomplete. He's less than us when it comes to the body, right? And he's saying, so if you're less in some way, big deal, I'm already less than you. I'm here for you. Let's do this. So long as you're doing it for the right purpose. He will support good things. He will not support bad things. Secondly, he says, my constant companion. Because sometimes we have friends, but then we lose them, right? They go visiting some country or this, that, and the next thing you know, friend is not with you. You feel bad, right? Somebody you love left you. You feel a little bad. He is a constant companion. Then he says, my spiritual master. All of us should have spiritual master. The Lord is here ready to become spiritual master himself. How great is that? This is Sanatana Goswami speaking. So you can understand. This is the total truth he's speaking. My great wealth. Who's not looking for wealth in this world? Everybody's looking for wealth. More money, more money, more money. Right? I remember when I first came to America, I come from a business family. So I thought maybe I should start some business in America also. That way I can look after my family. So I went to a business training program. And there was a great speaker there whose name is Zig Ziglar. Some of you may have heard of him. Very powerful speaker. So he was running this program. So his headline speaker who first comes up, and he's the first person, he's a multi-billionaire, and he's telling people how he became so wealthy. So he says, in my life, only 3 things are important. Number 1, money. He said, number 2, money. And number 3, money. And I thought to myself, no wonder this guy is so rich. You know what I mean? This guy is focused, man. You know? I mean, it doesn't mean he's happy. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you're happy. You have to look after all 10 areas of your life. Money is one of them. You must look after it. It's not that money is not important. But money is not the only thing you look after in life. You have to look after your health. You have to look after your mental health. You have to look after your emotions, your relationships, the environment. All these things are important. The Lord, the relationship with the Lord, your spiritual life, all these are very important. That's why we talk total health empowerment. Look after everything. And then it says, my Savior. Because from time to time we get ourselves into trouble, right? So who's going to save us? He's saving us. Then it says, my good fortune. Again, wealth was one thing, now fortune. Fortune means you won't have good luck in everything, right? Good luck in your relationships, good luck when you go to school and you're sitting a test. We say good luck to the person. Please take some yogurt and sugar in it and eat it before you go. So sukkun will happen, then now you'll have good grades, right? We do things like that. Why? For good luck. Here's the good luck person, Jagannath. There's a good luck. Just say Jagannath, good luck happens. And then my source of ecstasy. Who doesn't want to be happy in this world? We're all looking for ecstasy, right? Now you can see why smile is so important, right? We're promoting this. This is what we're promoting in our program. And finally, I bow down to you. Because we should bow down to him. If he gives us all those things, we bow down to anybody, right? If someone comes to the door right now and says, here's $1 billion, you'll bow down to the person right there and say, thank you very much, man. You're God. You give me $1 billion? Now I don't have to worry about money at all, right? Funny thing is, when you get $1 billion, you'll be more worried about money. So the nature of money is, the more you have, the more you worry about it. Unless you become Krishna conscious. Then he says, finally, O bestow of saintliness to the unsaintly. We are unsaintly. We all have to believe we're sinners, right? And he gives us saintliness. O exalter of the most fallen. No matter what we are bad at, he makes us good at it. He exalts us in everything. So you want to be good at everything? Jagannath's your guy. Talk to Jagannath. Make him either your friend, or your father, or your brother, or your, in women's cases, husband, or brother-in-law, or father-in-law, or brother's friend, or husband's friend. All the male roles anybody can play. Choose one role for yourself with Jagannath and play that role with him. You know, I play the role of friend. I always treat Jagannath as friend. Because friend, you can talk equal, right? And even if you do something bad, it's okay, right? It's friend. Friends forgive each other, right? Father, I have to be more careful. Oh, I have to do the right thing. So Kalachanji, I treat as father. Kalachanji, I deal like my father. And Radharani, my mother. But Balaram, my friend's elder brother. That's my friend's elder brother. And my friend's sister is Subhadra. And Subhadra is Yogamaya. She controls all the leelas. Wow, my best friend's sister. Obviously, she's going to be good to me because my best friend's sister, right? So she's going to be nice to me too. You see how you build relationships? This is the way to build relationships. And then it says, please never leave me. Always appear in my heart and my voice with pure love. Love is the most powerful thing in this world. Love can defeat everything in this world and everyone and everyone cannot defeat true love. So always in the heart we should have a lot of love and our voice should be with love. We should always understand anything we say should have the purpose of pleasing Jagannath. Then it'll be love. So this is the value of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So we can see that in Bhakti Vrikshas we don't do this part, right? We don't explain this part. But this explanation is very important. Just reading Bhagavad Gita is good, but to know what is it that Bhagavad Gita is doing for you specifically in your life, that is very important. And Bhagavatam has Bhagavad Gita inside of it. Bhagavatam contains Bhagavad Gita. The whole Mahabharata is inside the Bhagavatam. The whole Ramayana is inside the Bhagavatam. Any Leela of the world is inside Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is the best. So this is why we read the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? Any questions? Any thoughts about what we've just said and done so far? This is called reflection time. If you want to say anything, ask anything. What do you all think? Does this make sense now? Why smile happens? And why we should do smile? Or even two people can do this, right? Two of you get together, do kirtan together, and then read the 7 flames, and then read Srimad Bhagavatam together. And not because it's only 2 of you, both of you can read 5 or 10 minutes each, right? Right? And then you talk, and then you read the benefits of Bhagavatam, the prayers to the Bhagavatam, and then talk about it, do some more kirtan, and have some nice prasadam together, and then talk about, before you have prasadam, or before you do the last kirtan, talk a little about the total health empowerment. How's it going? What steps are you taking? What little things are you doing? Because friends, when they're talking, two people, it's intimate, right? There's privacy. In a larger group, there's less privacy. But we do the larger groups so that we can set up the smaller groups. The best smile programs are when there are fewer people in it, because then it makes it more interactive and more productive. When many people are here, not everybody is speaking, people feel shy, they really don't want to talk to other people about their situation, right, in front of us. But when two people are there, two friends are there, or husband and wife are there, or brother and sister are there, or brother and brother, sister and sister, you see, I'm saying friend and friend, right? Then it's like you can open your heart a little bit, right? And speak about your micro-wins. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then we'll have our aim is to have 10,000 smiles by the end of this year, all around the world. It's an international circle we are creating. Why? Because that will create a whole international movement that will help Atamva also start the university and other things. Well, university is not an easy thing. To run a business internationally, 155 people is enough, but to run a university, 155 people is not enough. It takes a lot more people. So naturally, we're doing things for people, making them strong, and helping them, asking them to make Atamva strong. Atamva belongs to Jagannath. Atamva is Jagannath, Jagannath is Atamva. So you're serving Jagannath directly when you serve Atamva. That's the idea. Has the logo. Yeah, Prabhuji created the logo for Atamva, it's Jagannath's face. It's clear in the sense it doesn't have any color on it, but it shows a circle with two big eyes, nice smile.
I think it's the most enjoyable ever to draw.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. That's really nice, yes. Anything you do for Jagannath, you will feel a lot of happiness in your life. Talk to him, he likes being talked to. Nobody talks to him, he feels very lonely. He loves us all very dearly. He can talk to 9 billion people at the same time. That's Jagannath, because he's God. God can do that, we can't do that. I can only speak to 5 or 10 people, then I'm, hang my tongue out like a dog after that. Because I get tired. But Jagannath never tires. He's God. Speak to him. He's your best friend. He's your best love. All the things it says there about Bhagavatam is about Jagannath. Jagannath is Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, you are Sri Krishna himself. You are Sri Jagannath yourself. And Jagannath's most beloved person is Radharani. That's why her name is Jagannath Priya. And his wife's name is Lakshmi. So if you want money, that's the wife. If you want everything, that's the Adi Lakshmi. Radharani is the Adi Lakshmi. From her comes Lakshmi. She is the original Lakshmi. See what I'm saying? So like that. All right? Is that okay? All right. So now we'll talk about total health empowerment. For total health empowerment, that page that I gave you, which says on it, what did it say? Yeah, the key frameworks. You can see these are the 10 areas we want to talk about. And so basically, we want to make sure that in your life, your financials are being taken care of nicely. If they're not, talk to us about it. We can tell you how to fix it, how to get it right. Like I said, our idea is if you're earning less than $1 million a year, you're not earning enough money. Now people might say, well, I don't think I'll ever earn $1 million a year. You'll be surprised. 6-year-olds in America, 7-year-olds in America are earning more than $1 million a year. If 6 and 7-year-olds can do it, certainly you guys are not younger than that. You're older than that and smarter than that. Yes?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
When you said the 500,000 and the 1 million, is that in reference to like just one person or head of a household of typical, let's say, 3?
It's one person.
Okay.
So your husband and wife both doing, they make $2 million a year. Each person can earn $1 million. It's not, we're not talking about the house earning $1 million a year.
Oh, I know that, but what I meant is like to be considered financially doing
No, to be financially fine, our idea is, in America they say to be financially okay, you should earn $130 something thousand a year. That's their figure right now in the US. But we see that it's not cutting it. 130 is not enough, really. You see what I'm saying? You need more than that. So we did our own research and we came up with 300,000 as the correct figure. It's 300,000 is the correct figure. And then because Hare Krishnas like to do projects a lot, so I said $500,000. And then if you really want to do projects nicely, then $1 million. Then you have money, right? You can help Krishna's mission around the world. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying $1 million. Because that's how smart we are. We are meant to be smart people. If you're smart, you should be earning smart money, right? Why earning less than smart money? That's my point. That's all. I'm not trying to say that we should all be chasing $1 million a year. I don't need you to chase anything. You can beg on the street for all I care, if you can be fully Krishna conscious. That's the main thing. How much you chase is up to you. But people have ideas, right? I want to do this in my life. I want to do that in my life, So because of that, you're going to need money to do those things. And there are sometimes people in your life who want to do things like children, right? Their children sometimes, they want to be successful in their life. Well, if you can give them some money to invest so that they can become successful, or teach them how to make the $1 million themselves, they don't need your money. These 6, 7-year-olds are employing their parents in their business. The parents left their business job and started working for their own children. And by the way, these children are going to elementary school and middle school, okay? They're studying while they're making this money. So it's not like, they left everything and started chasing money. They're not. They found ways of making money. And now AI has come in to make it even easier to make money. The reason AI is taking away jobs from people is because AI can mechanize things. It can automate things, And that part, if humans are doing that, they're going to lose that part. Because the machine is going to be able to do it faster. That's all. But the machine is not going to replace humans. Humans are too smart. No machine can beat a human when it comes to intelligence at the level of spirituality. The machine can beat you at intelligence at the level of material energy, but not spiritual energy. So now you really have to become spiritual if you want to beat AI. That's why we're doing very well. In our program, we promote spiritual big time. So AI helps us, and AI agrees that we know more than it does. It's learning from us, actually, what spirituality is. AI does not know the meaning of life. You can check it out. Put on any AI, whether it's, ChatGPT or, with Gemini. Gemini is the other big one. Gemini is now taking over ChatGPT. But there are, a whole bunch of them out there, right? Check any of them, all of them put together, and ask them, what is the meaning of life? It'll tell you, this is what we know about the meaning of life. And bring that in front of me and I'll show you what the mistake is in there. There are many humans that know better than them what meaning of life is. You see, like that. So, if it's replacing anybody's job, it's only replacing it because of productivity issues when it comes to mechanization. It's a tool. Like electricity is a tool, right? If humans start creating electricity, it's going to be hard, right? Let the electricity create. We use electricity and live a nice life. So same thing, use AI and live a nice life, that's all. So we talk about these 10 and then we talk about A5 straight. I spoke about this in the beginning, so I'm not going to repeat myself. But normally what I ask at this time is, what are some small wins that you can do? I gave an example today, a small win, right? So what are some small wins we can do in our life that'll create a movement? What's an example?
After last week, thought about it, and one thing which came to my mind and I started working on it is to wake up early.
Wake up early.
So
Good.
what I've done is I've thought that every week I'll wake up, I'll sleep 15 minutes early and wake up 15 minutes early till the time I can get to a point which I want.
Okay.
realistic. I mean,
Good,
the
good.
thing would be to
So
get
that
to-
creates,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, when you wake up early, what happens? When you wake up 15 minutes earlier than normal, right? How do you feel?
Definitely better.
You feel better, right?
Yes.
So it makes you feel more authentic. It's an achievement, right?
Yes.
It makes you more authentic, makes you happier. Then you can prove another 15 minutes, right? You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay, now let me give you an example of how you can add to that. Then you can start saying to your friends, why don't you guys start waking up 15 minutes early too? So now you're creating a movement of people who are waking up 15 minutes earlier, right? Because the earlier you wake up, the more you get done, right? In a day. Because mode of goodness operates in the morning, mode of passion at lunchtime, and mode of ignorance in the evening. Mode of ignorance creates the least productivity, mode of passion creates more productivity, and goodness creates the most. You see what I'm saying? Right? The other thing you notice is when you wake up earlier, you might feel a little tired. Your mind might tell you, man, you didn't get enough sleep. Right? So I want to tell you, there is a method, there's an exercise that you can do where you can get 1 hour of sleep in 2 minutes. So if you're like me, who's a bear, I can sleep 24 hours a day. Literally, I can sleep 24 hours, non-stop, no problem. That's my nature. So what I do is, I do whatever sleep I can, and the rest I divide by 2 minutes, and I do that exercise. So I get my 24 hours of sleep. You see? So say, for example, I can only sleep 4 hours. So I sleep 4 hours, now I've got to cover 20 hours, right? Those 20 hours multiplied by 2 minutes is 40 minutes. So I do the exercise for 40 minutes, and then I get up. So I cut it into my 4 hours, that 40 minutes. I make it 48 minutes because I cut out within the hour, 1 hour, so another 1 more minute. So instead of 40, I do 41 minutes, but I get up in 4 hours, and I feel like I've slept for 24 hours. So learn how to do that. I can show you how to do that exercise. It's called actually Shavasana. Look up Shavasana in yoga, Shavasana, where you pretend you're dead. And there's a particular way you do it when you're lying, then your feet are together like this, right? Take your feet out 2 times and take your hand out 1 time. Put your head to the right or left, whichever is more comfortable, and then breathe very shallow. Feel like you're dead now, like a dead body, so like a corpse, you know. Just feel like you're dead, and very little breathing, like very shallow breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. You can hardly feel your chest going up and down. Like normally when you breathe, your chest will be going up and down. In this one, you hardly feel the chest going up and down. You see what I'm saying? Like that. And you learn it. As you do, you get better and better at it. And in very little time, less than a week, you'll learn how to cut your sleep to any number of hours you want to cut it down to. Minimum is 4. Don't cut it below 4. That's the idea. But if you only slept 4 hours a day, that leaves you 20 hours a day now, right? Of productivity.
Well, my dad used to do that.
He used to do that? Yeah.
So both my parents were into yoga.
Right. But it's a very powerful methodology. See what I'm saying? So you learn to do that. Now you can really wake up on time now, you see what I'm saying? Because right now you're sleeping from what time to what time, normally?
Right now I sleep at around 12 and wake up at about 7.
7, yeah. So 7 hours. So you can see now, if you want to cut it from, say, 12 to 4, that's 3 hours cut, right? And if you do the Shavasana, and you've slept 24 hours now, because you did 24 hours of the rest, you're going to feel great, right? And you saved yourself 3 hours.
How do you spell that?
Shavasana is called S-H-A-V-A-S-A-N. One word. S-H-A-V-A-S-A-N. Shavasana. Shava means corpse in Sanskrit. Shava means corpse. Asana means the pose. It's the corpse pose. That's right, that's right. You can even say the corpse pose and yoga, corpse pose. Yeah, or dead body pose, like that. All of those, it'll show it up. It'll show that. Very nice process. But you see, this is what we talk about in Smile also. So now that gives practical help to people, right? Somebody's having sleep problems, they can't sleep enough, right? They got insomnia, no problem. Do Shavasana. Your insomnia is not a problem anymore. You got CPAP problems, you can't, breathing, Do Shavasana. Your sleep app is not a problem now. Because in Shavasana, you are conscious. You're not, in sleep you're not conscious, you're subconscious. You don't know what you're doing when you're sleeping. Your hand might go somewhere you might do things, right, that you don't know you're doing when you're sleeping. But in Shavasana, you're completely conscious of your whole body. And you're resting at the same time. How nice is that, right? It's really nice.
I was going to ask if I have sleep apnea.
Yes. So Shavasana, in sleep apnea is only a problem when you don't know what's happening. You see what I'm saying? Like sleep apnea doesn't happen when you wake up, right?
Correct.
It happens only when you sleep. Why? Because in sleep you don't know. Your body's going to involuntary state. Whereas in Shavasana it's involuntary state. See what I'm saying? And and you get nice sleep. Now the only thing is some people put like a alarm clock to wake them up after 40 minutes. Please do not do that. It'll shock you. Suddenly the thing will go off, like a heart attack, you know what I mean? You don't want that to happen. Just time yourself and every so often look at the clock if you want to. You know what I mean? But after a while you'll know how long 40 minutes is. You'll figure it out. Or put the clock in a place where you can see it. When you put your head like this, put a clock where you can see it. So you know 40 minutes is happening, like that. That's the idea. So that's a good example, you see, of a micro win. And that it'll create great mercy, we say. What is great mercy it'll create? It'll create time. That time can be used for chanting better rounds. It can be used for whatever work you're doing. Take care of family issues, home cleaning, this, that, and the other. So you can see if you have time, a lot of things can happen, right? And then if you talk to Jagannath, your cleaning will happen faster. Your cooking will happen faster. Everything will happen faster. If he helps you in your cooking is going to speed up. Ask him to help. He will help. He's the type of person who loves cooking. He loves eating. It's his favorite item. He's eating. So tell him we're going to make some nice food. Jagannath is ready. Yes, let's do this. We're ready. Let's make it happen. Like that. Okay, any other micro wins anybody can think of? Yes?
I want to make a conscious effort to talk to Jagannath for a few minutes every single day.
Very good. See, that's a micro win. So if you give it, say, for example, we normally say micro wins are 5 minutes. Like he went for 15 minutes. It is okay. 15 minutes is okay. Anything more than 15, it's too much. It's not a micro, it's a macro win now. It's a big win. You want small wins. Small wins create more results than bigger wins. So, 5 minutes of talking to Jagannath every day. Set aside 5 minutes. Slowly, you'll notice the 5 will become 10, then it'll become 15, and it becomes natural in your life. You're talking all day to Jagannath. Any small thing you're talking. Like you're sitting on the table and you're eating, and you say, Jagannath, come, let's eat together. You see what I'm saying? And eat with him. That's all. He loves eating, so he'll eat with you. Just the fact that you invited him to eat with you makes him feel very good. You see what I'm saying? Think about him too. What does he like doing, right? Jagannath loves a number of things. One is he loves eating. The other thing he loves is dressing nicely. Because he's always trying to impress Radharani. That's his biggest thing. How can I impress her? You know what I mean? So dress him nicely. Get a small little Jagannath and dress him nicely once a week or something like that. Start with once a week. You don't have to dress him every day. But then slowly try and dress him every day. Over a period of time, you'll have the time, do it. Simple dress, right? But something nice, something beautiful. He loves beautiful things. Keep the house clean and neat and tidy. He loves that. You see what I'm saying? Things like so. Slowly you learn what Jagannath wants. And then do those things. So you're doing it for him, he's doing it for you, all taken care of, right? Single-handedly you can do everything then.
So Jagannath's presence is very palpable.
Yeah, it's very palpable.
You invoke him,
yes.
Take his name.
You can feel his presence, absolutely. Absolutely.
No, only if you can just help me with cooking a little.
Yeah, he can help. You have to talk to him about it. You have to say, Jagannath, please help me with the cooking because I want to offer it to you to eat. So, if I cook nicely, you'll love it, right? So help me. And he'll help you. He'll help you. He's amazing.
I want to learn how to actually properly offer food to Lord Jagannath or Krishna.
With love, just love. Main thing is love.
There's a certain Vidhi-Vidhan.
Yeah, there are Vidhi-Vidhans there, but don't worry about the Vidhi-Vidhan in the beginning. Yeah. In the beginning, just love. Make something, Jagannath, please enjoy.
Yeah.
And say Hare Krishna 3 times. If you say Hare Krishna, the Maha Mantra, it contains all mantras in it. It contains all Vidhi Vidhan inside it.
What's a Vidhi Vidhan?
Vidhi Vidhan means the rules and regulations, the procedures. Like in religion, there is what we call the ritual, right? The ritual is the Vidhi Vidhan. And then the love is what's in your heart.
So he's basically asking, like,
What is the Vidhi Vidhan?
the
Yeah.
correct rules.
Rules and
stuff like
regulations,
that.
yeah.
And you're saying,
Don't worry about it.
too much about it.
Don't
I
worry
think
about
that's also my issue too, because I'm worried, like, what's the, like you're supposed to offer food
Correct
to
way to do it, yeah.
Krishna first
Yeah.
before you eat, but then I'm worried about like the right way, also the ingredients, combination of those
Right.
two things. So.
Yeah, talk to him about it, but main thing is, do it with love.
Okay.
The love is what he wants. He says, even if you offer me a drop of water with love, I will accept it. You can offer me the whole world without love, and I don't want it.
So the bhav, you like the love means like the bhav with which we are.
Yeah.
But
Love,
I mean,
it's
like,
like-
I was thinking about this, Lord Jagannath's reminds me of sweetness and light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Good.
in a way it used to be not like the British way,
yeah,
but sweetness and light,
yeah,
more
sure.
like
Sure.
more positive.
Absolutely. He is a very sweet person, no doubt.
Yes. It used to be pejorative in a sense, like back in the day,
Yeah,
British Raj, but like
Right.
especially.
Prabhuji, the last time that you had come to Pallavi Mataji's place, you had mentioned about talking to Jagannath.
yes.
So the only place where I'm able to execute that is when I start cooking.
Ah,
That time I tell Jagannath that, please take care of, how it is being made, because I'm not able to taste it before it's
right,
eaten.
right, yes.
But then I want to reach that stage where I want to talk to Jagannath as a friend, like you said,
Yes, for everything, right?
But where I want to talk to him that, this happened my day today and that happened my day. But I'm not able to get to that stage where I can say that, Jagannath, today I had this issue at work and I did this, and that I'm not able to do that. But I don't know, when it comes to cooking, immediately Jagannath comes to my thing and
Good, that's good.
Yeah, but I want
You can see how much he loves cooking, right?
Yeah.
He makes it easy to remember him in cooking. Other
Yeah,
things not so
exactly.
easy to remember
Yeah.
him.
But then I
Yeah.
want to start talking to him as a friend, like you said,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. And the easy way to do it is to make a nice little photo of Jagannath and keep it with you in your pocket.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you talk, take it out, put it in front of you, and then start talking to him. Because when you see him, it's easier to talk.
Oh, okay.
It's harder to talk when you don't see him. But when you see him, it's easier to talk. So always have in the house different places where Jagannath is sitting, like small pictures of Jagannath, put them all over the house. Then wherever you are, you have some place you can see Jagannath directly, right? Then you look at him and then talk to him. And give him a name like my Jagu, my Jagi, my JJ, my, because he loves Radharani and her name is Jayashri. And his name is Jagannath, so he becomes JJ. He loves JJ. Because JJ means Jayashri and him. And he always likes being with Radharani. You see what I'm saying? So if you say JJ, it means Jayashri and Radharani, Jagannath. Jayashri and Jagannath, JJ, right? 2 J's. You see what I'm saying? Things like that. Think of things. You'll get inspired yourself to think like that. And call him whatever name you want to call him. That's your name for him. You can call him my Narayan, for example. If you like Narayan, my Narayan, like that. Or my whatever, my Krishna. My Kana, my Krishna has so many names, right? You can choose any name for Jagannath and say, call him by that name too. He's the same person. He is the same Krishna. The point is, choose a name that actually you felt came from your own heart.
Yeah.
Because Krishna is sitting in your heart, Jagannath is sitting in your heart. Inside is giving you indication. I like this name, I like this name. Use that name. Don't choose a name because somebody else chose a name. Choose that name until you find a name, but then find your own name too. If you have to. If you don't have to, whatever name you like, even if somebody else uses it, you find you like it too. Like JJ, I didn't come on my own. Somebody else came up and then I saw it. I tried it. It worked for me and I just kept using it. So things like that. You see what I'm saying? That's the way to do it. But the main thing is we are all very visual people, If we see something, you remember. When you see it, you remember it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you don't see it, there's a saying in English, what daddy don't see, daddy don't mind. You know what I mean? So when out of sight, out of mind. Like things like that, right? So keep some type of a photo around you that looks like him, And of course Radharani as well, as much as possible, because that's, when you say Radharani, Jagannath becomes very happy. He's like, whoa, I'll do anything to impress my girlfriend. So you can in fact talk to his girlfriend and say, make him do it, you know what I mean? If Radharani tells Jagannath to do something, he'll do head flips and do it. That's Jagannath. He's ready for Radharani, is ready to do anything. Do you know, in Jagannath Puri, they dress him at night, not in the morning? Yeah, why? They dress him at night because he goes to Ras Leela. He wants to impress the gopis. So he doesn't want to dress in the morning. He says, who cares what the others come and look at me like? It's what the gopis think about me that's more important. So he dresses in the night. And they put all sorts of jewelry on him, very expensive jewelry on him and everything. Make him look very beautiful. Then he feels, now I can go to the Ras Leela. Now I will impress the gopis. You see what I'm saying? Like that. So that's Jagannath. Jagannath likes to be impressive, He likes anything. So anytime you succeed in something, thank him. Tell him, thank you, Jagannath. You did it, man. It was great. He feels good. He just feels good about it. It is him. It is not anybody else who's doing anyway. Even those who don't believe in Jagannath, whatever they're doing, they're only doing it because of Jagannath's sanction. A blade of grass doesn't move without Jagannath's sanction. How anybody can do anything. No matter who they are, how great they are, how not great they are. Everything they're doing, how small it is, no matter how small, how big, they're all doing it because of Jagannath's blessing, Jagannath's mercy, Jagannath's sanction, his approval, like that. So just keep him. And for those of you who are ladies, you have an advantage. You can treat him as your boyfriend instead of just a friend. I can't treat him as my boyfriend. For me, he's my friend. But for you, it can be a boyfriend, right? And now you're married, so your husband might not feel very good about that you have a boyfriend. But the point is, you can tell him you also make him a friend, right? Why are you getting mad at me for making him my boyfriend? He is my boyfriend. But boyfriend and girlfriend have a special relationship, right? And Radharani doesn't feel bad about that. Radharani knows. A lot of gopis love Jagannath. He goes to impress all the gopis, not just Radharani. So you have a way of reaching him, in ways, however you feel in your heart is the closest way to reach him by the method. A lot of people treat Jagannath as their baby, because the mother and the baby has a very special relationship, right? Mothers love babies. Some mothers really love babies. That's why they have so many babies, right? So, here's Jagannath. He's ready to be a baby. And baby will do everything for you, right? Because baby loves mom. Baby will do anything for mom. You see what I'm saying? So like that.
How do you cook without tasting so perfectly? Like it turned out so, obviously.
All right. Anybody else want to say something? Judah, anything?
I guess my micro wins is just chanting the mantra before I go to bed first thing, and when I
Nice.
wake up, as soon as I open my eyes, I just say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Nice. Very good. Very good. Excellent.
Before I close my eyes and when I open my eyes.
Open eyes. That's right. That's good.
Small.
That's very good. Mahamantra is a communication between you and God directly. It's a direct communication between you and God. So when you say the Mahamantra, you don't have to put words. All the words you could have thought of in what you wanted to say to Krishna is inside the Mahamantra. You don't have to sit down and script it. You see what I'm saying? Scripting is hard, right? Unless you have AI with you. You can ask AI to script it for you. But AI may not know how to script it properly. You see what I'm saying? Whereas the Mahamantra has accurate scripting inside it. Fully accurate. Your heart totally will be revealed to Krishna through the Mahamantra. And Krishna will reveal his heart through the Mahamantra back to you. So it's the best. There's nothing more powerful than the Mahamantra. That's why it's called the Mahamantra.
If you're thinking of the Lord before you go to bed at night, and the first thing, if he's the last thing you think of when you go to bed, and the first thing you think of in the morning, I can't think of a better way to end the day or start it. I mean,
We used to call it the Hare Krishna sandwich. Like you have the two layers, right? And then everything in between. So we used to call it a club sandwich. First you think of Krishna when you wake up, that's the top layer, right? Then live your day, and then think of Krishna again before you go to bed, and then you're going to say it again the next morning. So it's a club sandwich now, right? It's 3 layers. And so in the night you'll notice, you'll also think of Krishna now. Just like in the day you think of Krishna, not all the time, but as much as you can, you'll start also doing it at night. And it is said that the proof of your consciousness is whatever comes in the night. Whatever dreams you're having is where your consciousness is. So if in the dream Krishna is coming or some Krishna conscious activity is happening, that means you are Krishna conscious. That's the proof that you are Krishna conscious. So do things like this, like you said, right? Always bring in Krishna. It's like sandwiches, club sandwich. Club sandwich is like, you put one layer, then something next slice, something next slice, something next slice, something next slice. And you see these people carrying like 6 or 7 layers, right, in one sandwich. That's a club sandwich, right? Yeah. So Hare Krishna sandwich, you call it the Hare Krishna sandwich. Sandwich everything with Hare Krishna. And there's one mantra that's a very powerful mantra for sandwiching, and that's Gora Nityananda. Prabhupada says that in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. These 2 words, Gora Nityananda. If you sandwich things between these 2 words, everything in your life, you'll suddenly, all Hare Krishna mantra will come in very nicely for you. Because the Gora Nityananda creates that, because it is said in our scriptures that Krishna lives inside the body of Lord Nityananda. And Gauranga is Krishna, and Nityananda is whose body in which he stays. So now obviously everything to do with Krishna comes up. Jagannath comes up, everything works out. And Nityananda is none other than Balaram, right? Baladev, who is standing next to Krishna. Jagannath is Baladev. That's Nityananda. And Subhadra is Yogamaya. She is the most powerful. Of the 3, she is the most powerful. It's not Jagannath, it's not Baladev, it's Subhadra who's the most powerful. She is the boss. If she says something, both the brothers will do exactly what she says. She's very powerful. Even Lakshmi is afraid of Subhadra. And Radharani never comes around when Subhadra is around. Because Subhadra is a very bossy person. She bosses everybody. So, she's the director, right, of Krishna's Leela. So she's always bossing people. Like that. So it's good to know these things. Okay? So we'll do some more kirtan then, and then we'll serve our prasadam. It's 9:03 now. Time really flies. But today we wanted to introduce, because we're recording this, we wanted to introduce this to others so that they know what we're doing. Programs don't have to be this long. Normally a typical Smile program should be hour to hour and a half, is what we say. But because sometimes people love what they're talking about, it goes longer, right? Just like Bhakti Vriksha. Normally it's supposed to go for 2 hours, right? But sometimes it goes 3-4 hours, right? People like what they're hearing, they talk and they question answers. Okay, so let's do some more kirtan and then we'll serve prasadam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So those who are online, are there any new persons online today? I think everyone there has been there in the past. From the past, right? Yeah. So those online especially, those of us here, we did encourage everybody, start a smile program at your own home, just with 2 people, like I said. And then, from then it can grow to bigger numbers. But initially just start with 2 people and then join groups like this online. And over a period of time, all the things that are supposed to happen in your life will happen, because that's what we are here for. Micro wins and great mercy. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.